So we've got 2017 pretty much behind us. Looking ahead to 2018, what has me excited? So I like to look ahead to the movies that are going to be coming out in the next calendar year, figuring out what I'm excited about. Now, I don't have a full top 10 because I make a distinction between being excited for something and simply being hopeful for it. There's a ton of movies that I hope are good. Hell, any movie that I spend the money to go and see, I hope is good, but that's not the same as being genuinely excited and pumped for it. When it comes to those, I've got 9. So here are the 9 movies coming out in 2018 that I think are worth getting excited about. Number 9, The Predator. Now, normally another attempt to revive the Predator franchise would have me just shrugging, but I got 2 words for you about why I care. Shane Black. This man is on an absolute roll as far as I'm concerned. And like, if the weakest thing he's done since he's really gotten into writing and directing lately is Iron Man 3, I still call that really, really solid. So it's his involvement specifically, especially knowing that he was in the original Predator. I'm just really excited to see what he's gonna do with it because I think he's a really smart writer. And the thing is, you don't often get smart writers dealing with the macho insanity of something like Predator. You tend to get, frankly, lazy hack writers because that's who studios assign to them because they think that's all the property is worth. Shane Black's a really smart writer and I really want to see what he does with this. Number 8. Deadpool 2. I enjoyed Deadpool quite a bit. I'm not quite as high on it as some people are, but I thought it was a lot of fun and I want to see what else we can get out of it. I think maybe part of the reason it's not as high for me is I'm not a big fan of the character of Cable, and I'm also not a big fan of Josh Brolin as an actor. But I have enough faith in, Ryan Reynolds and the creative team that have been put behind this that they understand how to make this character work because it is possible to do him wrong. He can be grating if overplayed, if you don't dose him just right. And having Cable there to be the straight man, probably a good way to balance it. So I think this is going to be a fun, raucous, obscene time at the movies, and I expect I'll get that. Number 7, New Mutants. Now, at this point, I feel the need to clarify, this is not a ranking of which I think will be the best movies of 2018. This is simply a ranking of my own level of excitement. So before you go me, how could you possibly think New Mutants will be better than Deadpool 2? It's not that I think that, it's just that I'm more excited to see what it is. Because the thing about Deadpool 2 is I have a pretty good sense of what that's going to be. New Mutants? I don't know what it's gonna be. I know what the trailers are selling me and I am super intrigued by that. Could it go off the rails? Yeah, absolutely. This could go way off the rails, but I'm really curious to see this flat out sort of teenage haunted asylum horror movie looking thing with mutants. I'm really curious and I'm excited to see what the results are. Again, fully aware of the fact that this could completely fall apart, but yeah, this is a prospect that really excites me because I get excited by new directions for superhero movies because I think it's the best way to keep the genre going is by not having them all be the same, and this is really different. Number 6, Alita Battle Angel. Now, I did my review of the first trailer out and I had a few reservations and I still have them, but seriously, I've been waiting for this movie for a long, long time, and I also feel the need to clarify. For some reason, people saw my video talking about the trailer and they got the impression that I'd seen the OVA but not read the manga. I've read the manga. I have the first 3 volumes of the manga. I've read them a couple of times. I'm overdue for a reread, to be blunt about it. But like I love this property a lot, and I am really excited to see what is going to happen and how it's going to be adjusted. And I'm curious to see how James Cameron's storytelling instincts might temper and sort of better focus Robert Rodriguez, who can be a little bit scattershot sometimes. And the 2 of them teaming on this property just really excites me. This could be something really, really special if all the things line up the way that I really hope they do. Number 5, Annihilation. Again, 2 words, Alex Garland. Alex Garland was a guy I kept an eye on back when he was just a writer. I thought he wrote really interesting, really intelligent, really thoughtful scripts. And then he went and made Ex Machina as the first movie he ever directed. And God, that does not look like somebody's feature film debut as a director. It has such an assured hand in terms of handling the visuals, and he knows how to bring the best out of his own ideas from the page. So not even knowing very much about the plot of Annihilation and kind of intentionally keeping it that way, just his name and knowing that it is him going sci-fi again, because I love his take on sci-fi stuff, that alone has me really excited. Number 4. Super Troopers 2. That might seem like an odd pick for you, but I like Broken Lizard in general, and I really do like the first Super Troopers. How much am I looking forward to Super Troopers 2? I helped fund it. I was involved in the Indiegogo campaign to get the thing made. I have a t-shirt to prove it that was exclusive to backers of the film. So yeah, I'm excited for this movie, and I really want it to be good because I kind of already bought my ticket in the most literal sense possible. But I love the feel of it, the approach to the humor. I like the characters, and look, I'm also a sucker. I'm not above pandering. It's set in Vermont. I live in Vermont. I know that seems minor, but they got a surprising amount of things that just felt right and correct about Vermont in the way that they depicted all of it. And I enjoyed that before, and I'm hoping to get more of that again. Number 3, The Happy Time Murders. This is another one that I've been waiting for a long time for. I remember first hearing about this way back when they just couldn't get funding for it, and that has been a long road. So if you've never heard of The Happy Time Murders, basically imagine Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but instead of tunes, it's puppets. And so it is an R-rated murder mystery in a world that has both humans and puppets, and the puppets are kind of second-class citizens, and there's a puppet detective, and realize it is the Jim Henson Company making it. This is not gonna be like Meet the Feebles, where it's kind of a cool novelty that is puppets, but you're left going, boy, I wish this was Muppet caliber puppetry going on. This is gonna be the Muppets. This is gonna be R-rated Muppet level puppetry and performance of the puppet and that style of puppet. I'm so excited about this. I've been waiting on this one for a long time, and yes! Number 2, Avengers Infinity War. It's got a lot to live up to. It's got a lot going on. It's got a lot of elements to juggle. It may not be possible for one film to juggle this many characters and this much build-up and actually work. But damn, I'm still excited to see it, and I still got chills on the back of my neck when I saw that first trailer, and I can't help but be excited. Everything in my rational brain says, dial back your excitement, keep it in check. It's gonna be almost impossible for this to live up to the hype. But my rational brain cannot trump my gut instinct, which is just, yes! And yeah, I'm super pumped for this one. It's kind of impossible for me not to be. Oddly though, it's not my number 1 movie that I'm most excited for. Although, the one I am is not far off. The movie I am most excited for going into 2018 is Black Panther. And it might seem odd to some that I'm more excited for Black Panther than Infinity War. Part of that has to do, though, with the fact that as much as Infinity War is going to deliver bigger than I've probably ever seen from a Marvel film, it's also going to be bringing together a ton of elements that I already know about. And I am excited for that. But I get more excited about what's new as opposed to giving me more of what I already like. Just looking at the trailers for Black Panther, getting a look at Wakanda, getting a sense of this world and these characters, and just getting a feeling of, I haven't seen this before. I love the aesthetic, the Afrofuturism look and feel and vibe to the whole thing. I'm like, this is really cool. And for me, and what I have experienced in my lifetime as an intaker of entertainment, this is really new to me. And it's exciting and it's thrilling and it's in a genre I love, which is superheroes, and it's a character who I already know that I like, because I like Chadwick Boseman a lot when he appeared in Civil War. But even though I know him, I don't know this world he comes from. I don't know these other characters, and I am so excited to get to know them and dig it and just find out more. And that is why Black Panther is, for me, my most anticipated movie of 2018. So That's my list. What are you most excited for looking ahead to the next year? Whatever it is, drop something down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Council of Geeks. Give a listen to the Council of Geeks podcast, Apple Podcasts, and Stitcher Radio. I am one half of the Punch Like a Girl podcast. That's a presentation of the Fire and Water Podcast Network. fireandwaterpodcast.com. Links for all the stuff is down below. And until next time, this council is adjourned.